Hello, my name is Dr. Bobby Sura. I'm a consultant clinical psychologist and psychotherapist based here at the Solihull Wellbeing Clinic in the West Midlands. Today I wanted to talk to you about the power of gratitude journaling. Not in the usual way, not in the way that most people journal their thankfulness, their gratitude, their appreciation for what's happened in the day. Because a lot of people use journals, they write down ideas, 3 things that they could be grateful for before they go to bed, or 3 things that they might be looking forward to when they wake up in the morning. All of those things are good, they have their place. But I wanted to share with you a more dynamic way of doing this. Something that can also be family-based, couple-based. It can improve relationships and spread that gratitude and appreciation, not just within your life, but shared between members of your family and household. And the way that I ask some of my clients to do this is that they create a little pot, something with a lovely lid. It could be an old chocolate box, sweets box, whatever it might be, but something that has a nice structure to it, and you can take the lid off, and within that you can leave some messages, some ideas. Put that little jar, that little pot, on a coffee table, on the dining table, somewhere where you will frequently be able to see it and sit with it. And then what I want you to do is have some post-it notes next to the jar with a pen, a couple of nice pens. And the post-it notes can be different colours, so one could represent one member of the family, another little pad of notes could represent another, and 3 or 4, however many members of the family there are who want to participate. They each have their own colour. And then when you sit down for dinner, when you sit together in the evening, just to spend 3 or 4 minutes collectively, where you take your coloured pads, and on your pads you write down 1 of 3 things. And if you can do all 3, all the better. The first thing is circumstantially, in your environment, in the way that the day has progressed. What has been good? What have you enjoyed? What have you appreciated? It might be the weather, it might be the drive, it might be the music that you were listening to in the radio on the way home. It might have been the way you interacted with colleagues at work. Write 1 idea down on a post-it note, fold it and put it in the pot. The second line of inquiry is think about something that you did of which you can be proud, that you can enjoy a second time. You can feel good about it. It might have been a particular presentation you gave that went well. It might have been that you gave some time to a friend who was in need. It could be anything like that, something that you did that made a difference to others, something that they may be grateful for, but you can actually congratulate yourself in a humble, modest way that you were able to contribute to somebody's happiness, somebody's comfort. And the third thing is very similar. It's being on the receiving end of that experience. Something that somebody did for you. It could be anything. It might have been somebody making you a coffee at lunchtime. It might have been something your partner said that just made you feel good about yourself before you left the house in the morning. It could be anything, but something, some gift, some relational gift, some experience that somebody else created in your life for which you wish to be thankful. Write 1 answer to each of those 3 questions, and if there's a collective within your family, within your household that wants to do the same, they do the same on their coloured pieces of paper. And basically, every evening, I want you to spend some time doing this. And then when it comes to Sunday, the end of the week, before the new week begins, I want you to collectively sit together and empty the contents of that pot onto the table and just go over what the beautiful things have been, the things that you enjoyed, the things that made you feel good, the things you contributed to the happiness of others, and just relive them a second time. Because what happens in our lives is that we too often focus on what's not good. We too often focus on what's not there. We too often focus on what we yet need to achieve, what we yet need to experience. And there's a process in psychological medicine, psychological science, which has two names for it. One of them is self-confirmatory bias, and the other, a slightly more technical term, is selective abstraction. And what they both mean really is that we selectively tune in to things that confirm the way that we already think, things that always validate what we already believe. So if we feel that our life is bad, that I'm a bad person, that I'm not very good, that people are not very friendly, that my job is terrible, if we have those beliefs, and there may be things that need to change, there may be difficulties and challenges. I'm not saying that this is a way of closing your eyes to things that need to be addressed. But when we look at the world with our mindset, with those prisms, those filters, then we tend to see exactly what confirms the way we feel. We don't look for the evidence that counters our pre-existing beliefs. So when we engage in an exercise like the one that I've shared with you today, we start to turn that selective bias, that selective abstraction, that whole process, that self-confirmatory bias, we start to turn it on its head, and we start to look for things that are good, that are right, that are helpful. And when we do that, a feeling of esteem will start to grow within our lives, for ourselves and for others. And it is a wonderful solution. It's a wonderful balm for the depressions and anxieties of the world. And when you do it with members of your family, and this is where the relational power of this comes in, your appreciation for one another, your love and connection will also grow. Try it and see what it does for you.